Hello, everyone. How are we? Jess here. Welcome to Balanced Consciousness. This is your weekly collective intuitive Reiki healing. This is for the week of April 7th to the 13th. Now, I'm bringing this out earlier than usual, and there's a few different reasons why. Partially my schedule. Another reason is that it's a really, really big week coming up with the full moon coming up 23 degrees of Libra on the 12th. Also on the 12th, Venus is going to be coming out of retrograde and going back stationary direct. And on the 7th, on Monday, Mercury is going direct. So this is a forward moving week. This is like ready or not, here I come kind of energy. There's one more reason that I'm bringing it out early, and that's to make sure that you guys have heard about the free Reiki experience and activation that I'm going to be giving on Monday, the 7th. It's going to be at 5 o'clock Pacific time in the States. So 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'm going to be facilitating about a 40-minute meditative and Reiki experience. We're going to regulate our nervous systems. We're going to be activated with the powerful force of Reiki. And then I'm also going to open up for a little bit of reflection afterwards. I'm really excited to offer this in the hopes that we can bring together a group to collectively heal and meditate simultaneously, which will only build the unity consciousness, collective consciousness that we all hope and strive to have. And also for us to just receive more of the power of the distance work and knowing that it is equally as powerful as in person. So I hope you'll make that. The link is down below. I'm excited to see those of you who signed up so far. And the last announcement before I get into things is if you've been following me for a while, there's two things that I'd like you to do if you haven't already. Make sure that you hit the notification bell because I bring out a lot of different kinds of content these days, and the algorithm sometimes gets a little confused. It's not all just Reiki, and I know a lot of you have been expressing focus on, excuse me, self-love. Something going on in my throat there. Self-love and navigating spiritual journeys and things like that. So I just want to make sure you're not missing any of that content coming out. Oh, the magician just flew out of the deck as I talked about that. Ooh. Or those of you who've been working on creating, manifesting something, check out my equilibrium community. We're digging into that work, rooted in self-love. And then lastly, don't forget about my community/posts tab. I put things in there that I don't talk about necessarily in the videos, so I don't want you to miss out on anything. So just making sure that you're seeing all aspects of the channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're back, welcome back. I'm so glad that you found previous healing supportive, and if you're new, welcome. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful community of amazing souls that we have here. The way my weeklies work is I pull 3 tarot cards that sets the tone for the healing, and then I give about a 10-minute or so Reiki healing, and intuitive messages come up in the process. If you're brand new to Reiki, check out my description of it down below in the description box. That's a bit more long and detailed, but know that it's harmonious. It will never deplete or cause harm. The distance work is just as equally as powerful as being in person. Has a lot to do with healing the subconscious. So even though you might have physical sensations, emotional releases, messages, epiphanies, all sorts of things, a lot of the work is happening in the depths that we're unaware of. And so there's a lot of trust and faith and gratitude, honestly, to be had in that. Yeah, I don't know if I was able to completely be aware of 100% of that. I don't know if I'd be able to be quite as of service to you guys. So that 95% of us in our subconscious that we're completely unaware of, a lot of this healing is going there. Okay. If you feel the call to come back to the healing again, your guides are always saying, listen to that call. There's probably another level to the healing you're ready to unlock, or a message you didn't receive the first time, or maybe you weren't ready to. So here we go. Let's pull 3 cards. So big week, guys. Wow. How have you been feeling post-solar eclipse and new moon? 2 more, please. Oops. 1 more for me, please. 1 more for the collective to support this week's healing. Thank you. Is that one also coming out? All right, you might have gotten a bonus. Whew. We got some stuff. All right. I mean, it's no surprise. It's a lot of big transition energy. First of all, I have to share bottom of the deck. We have death. We've had this card come up in different aspects in the past few weeks. I did have some specific messages, probably for just one person, relating to the actual physical loss of someone. But collectively, this is like, it makes me feel like the messages that I've given in previous years about finally shedding something once and for all, it almost seems, I don't want to say minimal because it was important, but it's like nothing compared to this. This is like what we are in the process of letting go of right now within ourselves, within our realities, our lives, is going to drastically affect the trajectory of where we're going in the next always, all those years, but specifically in the next like 3 years or so. This is such a pivotal time. It's such a pivotal time. I want to remind you all that you're all on your own journey as well. I know messages are already coming in and I need to show you the cards, but I just felt the need to remind you that. Okay, so we have the star. This is not just about healing and transformation, okay? This is about claiming your true essence and claiming your truth and claiming your authenticity. I keep hearing claim, claim, claim. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Deep messages of truth coming in. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm sensing this really like grounded, practical, yet very nurturing and patient energy in that. And then this like bonus that kind of, I wasn't quite sure if it wanted to come out, was the Hanged Man, which makes sense, right? The Hanged Man is waiting. It's waiting for the right time. And I know that some of us have had some struggles with patience. Let's just say we probably all have had some struggles with patience in the past, couple months or this month of March, since it's been so powerful and has been revealing so much. So let's take a moment to prep for Reiki. Have a seat, lie down, do whatever's best for you to get comfortable. We're going to thank the Reiki for all the healing that's about to take place, knowing that we don't have to work. We just need to be willing. Just got a huge, like, twinge, like a little twisting with a little vibration in my sacral chakra. I'm really feeling you guys bouncing off of me. I don't know if there's just bigger energy or if there's more of you calling in to this video. We'll see. Whew. So macro wise, if I'm looking from the outside perspective and just looking very generally, it feels like a continuation of this great work we've been doing to release the old, to reclaim our truth, to to really embrace these new beginnings, even if we don't know what they are, right? To embrace the new beginnings, even if we feel like we're at an impasse, things like that. Whatever's coming your way, which I think for all of us, I can say pretty clearly that it's big. Um, big message is just to continue to work on finding your star. And by that, I mean like self-seeking, soul retrieval, authenticity, and truth seeking for yourself, specifically for the self. Ooh, I just felt like so, so many things flying around my body when I said that. Okay, just gonna sit with that so I can piece that apart more. So that just bounced off of like 4 different chakras. Mm. It is a big week, guys. It is forward moving. So yeah, I think since we are, the majority of the week, you're still going to have like prep for this full moon, and majority of the week, you'll still have Venus in retrograde, things like that. It's kind of the final review. Communication will start to feel a little clearer and lighter after Monday, but some of us feel post shadow for quite some time. So don't fret. It's not like the minute you're out of this, life is better. Also, Mercury retrograde doesn't always make life bad, guys. It's just about review. It's just about review and recharge. And hey, we need to slow down. Am I right? Generally speaking. So, claiming your star, there's definitely some sort of a message coming in, whether it's from your guides, uh, your higher self, or someone physically around you. But there's a message specifically of truth, I feel, that's coming in. Like you might have like a really big, like, aha moment this week, that's going to give you that idea of like, oh, that's what I need to release, or oh, that's where I can move forward in my inspired action. Because I feel like currently, right now, you're here kind of waiting and approaching things really in a grounded and practical way, I think is important. What I love about the Queen of Pentacles as opposed to the King is that the Queen is bringing in that divine feminine nurturing energy. It has such patience. It's not all do. But she still has her ducks in a row, right? She still has her game plan, but she's really nurturing and loving in the process. Yeah. So let's tap in with your chakras. Whoa, I'm feeling a lot of high heart right now. All right, let's piece this apart. There's a ton. High heart. I'm feeling your solar plexus, but specifically in the back area of my body where the adrenals are. So, burnout, overwork. Um, I'm hearing overthinking, exhausting yourself internally. Doesn't even have to be that you're physically working a lot. It could be very mental or very emotional or internal. All right, what's going on with this high heart? For those of you who are new, I call where the throat and the heart chakra meet, I call that the high heart. I always view a blue green, mix of the two colors of those chakras. So it's this really beautiful blue green. I also really associate it with Pleiadian energy. If that's calling for some of you, actually, that's coming in really strongly for some of you. That might just be, an energy that you could tap into. But I also believe that it's where our higher self resides and our communication point of our higher self. So when we're, for example, in a big decision making place, and we're having a hard time figuring out where to go, what's the next thing to do, this right here is where we can tap in, right where we feel that little nodule of bone. We can just imagine a little blue-green orb coming in. So I'm just going to tap in to see what your higher self is wanting to tell us. I think a lot of you have been doing some really deep work and you're just being told, like, awesome, you're on the right track. There's a big theme of alignment coming up, not only in the actual physical sessions and calls I've had with people, but just in general in my life, and just constantly asking yourself, even on practice on like the little things, like things that seem silly, like, I need to go to the grocery store and I also need to walk the dog. Which feels more aligned to do first? And these are nice little exercises for you to be able to tap into your intuition and into your higher self and just go, what feels better in my body to do first? Rather than going just to the lower rational mind only. That's just an example. I think some of you, that might be a really powerful exercise just to find a bit more connection and harmony in the day to day in those practices. This star wants to come out again. Because as I'm tapping into high heart with the star energy, it's moving up my throat. So, what that's telling me is that there's a movement happening so that expression can be made. And expression can just be through action sometimes. But really making sure that your action is aligned. That's what they're really emphasizing: aligned action, aligned action. I'm feeling like this death card and the star card are kind of going hand in hand here. And I think you guys are going to know what I mean if that's your story. It's like as the death is occurring, we're already in transition mode. We're already working on claiming our star and our truth. There's something, I don't know about you guys, but I feel, generally speaking, this week, last week has been a powerful time for people to really, it's like the retrogrades kind of coming in and at the very end to go like, let's like push out as much as we possibly can, especially with Mars and Cancer, which is very emotional. So a lot of old feelings might come up, or you might all of a sudden start thinking about people you haven't spoken with in years, um, old relationships that have shifted, or you might even be feeling, I'm hearing the word plagued. You might even be feeling plagued by past experiences that you've had or past decisions that you've made that maybe you regret, um, but they were just lessons. They're just lessons, and they are ways for you to continue to come into more alignment now. But don't allow yourself to be plagued by the past for too long. I think that it is literally energy just coming up so that it can move out. It needs to move through you in order for it to finally leave. So if those things are coming up, I really highly recommend like whipping out a journal and just asking yourself, like, what are these feelings? What are they bringing up? How does it relate to my life right now? And if you don't know those answers, just tap in with the physical sensations. I'm feeling my solar plexus really strongly. I think this is going to be a good exercise for a lot of you. Instead of saying, I'm in fear, or I am sad, or I am angry, instead, can you say, for example, I feel tension in my stomach and it makes me really uncomfortable and it makes me think of XYZ. I feel a constriction in my throat, and it makes me feel like I can't express myself around anyone or this one particular person or even to myself. These are examples. So you could start with your physical sensations when you're tapping into these feelings, okay? Yeah, highly recommend a journaling practice this week for a lot of you. That could be really helpful to get some of those final releases out. Yeah, because what power we have to be able to do that. So it doesn't always have to be the universe having to do it for us, right? Because if we just ignore these things, then the universe is going to bring us into a direction where it's going to seem a bit more like a curveball or a crisis, or does that make sense? So allow yourself the gift of your own attention and give yourself the time to really process these things. I'm really curious about this message. I think just because they're not giving me any more, they're just like a message is going to come in and it could come from any source. So be really mindful this week. Be really mindful, pay attention, because if you're like this, or if you're stuck in worry or stuck in fear, you're going to miss things. You're going to miss the magic. All right? Yeah. Anything else with that high heart? I mean, that was a lot. They just told you a lot. Mm, yeah, let's scan it down. Yeah, it's feeling like the heart chakra is opening more. I'm feeling a bit more in that solar plexus. So I really believe that those kinds of exercises or just simply practicing more mindfulness throughout the day. Take a moment before you respond or react. Take a moment before you even do a task. See yourself and experience yourself in the present moment as you're performing a task, right? Like it seems so crazy, but I am reaching for my water bottle right now and I am bringing it to me and I'm feeling what it feels like and the temperature of the bottle. And then I'm going to sip the water and I'm going to feel the sensation of that water. What does that feel like? And it's going to help us to really slow down and to be more grounded. Like, I think this is who we want to embody, to be honest. We want to really embody Queen of Pentacles this week. Okay. So let me know what's going on in your story in the comments here because I'm really curious. Have you already received a message and you're trying to figure out what to do with it? How are you specifically working towards claiming your star right now? Remember, I don't see this just as like a healing card or like a resurfacing or, you know, I'm empowered. I think it's very deeply connected to confidence, truth, um, worthiness, empowerment, but also expression. It's all of it. It's all of it. It's really, in my opinion, the star is my authenticity card. It's the one that really works us towards our authenticity. Okay. Wow. Beautiful. So as we take a final breath together, and there was a lot going on, but I like personally, I'm going to focus on that blue green color of the high heart. Feel free to focus on that, or you can focus on white crystalline light as it's coming in through the crown of your head for our final breath. And I really encourage you, here's a great mindfulness practice right here in our breath, to not work or force or think of the end goal at the end of the breath so that you can really relax into your body and allow the breath to really fill you up. Okay. So let's exhale, get all the air out, relax your muscles. Slow inhale in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Feel that blue, green, or white light coming down into your body. Feel it penetrate through the crown. Feel it come into your system and just notice where it wants to go. Feel it fill you up with power. without working hard. Try to relax your throat muscles. You can squeeze into it a little bit with the heart and the solar plexus. Just kind of bring that into your mind's eye. See what it reveals to you. See what it reveals to you. See if you can hold it just a little bit longer. Feel that light fill you up, fill you up, fill you up. Reclaiming your star. Wow. Let's exhale, push out what doesn't serve you. Let your breath just come back to normal, natural breath. Yeah. What is being revealed? Just pay attention this week. It's all about just paying attention, they're saying. Don't miss things. It's not about like, oh, I got to look at everything. Opposite. Calm. Because you're going to receive what you're meant to. All right. But if you're chasing and forcing and searching too much, then you're going to miss it. If you're going to do any sort of inspired action work internally, try the journaling work, try to focus on releasing those old feelings, those old emotions attached to things in the past. Oh my gosh. Under the death card is the Six of Cups. That's our past. This might be inner child stuff. But like I said, I'm also picking up on some like old relationships or family or like very, very, very long friendships, very long work relationships, whatever. All right, that's a lot. Let me know what's going on in the comments, guys. This is beautiful. We're going to lock your energy up nice and tight into your solar plexus chakra. We're going to say what's mine is mine. What does not serve me, kindly stay out. We never put on armor or guard. You can choose right after this to completely let everything go and to let in all the negativity again. You have the choice. Yeah. But right now, we're claiming I have my energy right now. Remember, every day you can take a moment and call your own energy back to you and feel it fill up your solar plexus. Okay. Such a powerful one to do at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day. Okay. Whew, guys, this was beautiful. I hope you found the healing supportive. Please check out all the links for all the things down below. I hope to see some of you guys on the evening of the 7th if you're in the States. Or if you can make it, if you're out of the country and you still want to make it, that's awesome. And other than that, yeah, lots of things in the works. So check out my website. I've got that upcoming Reiki level 1 and 2 training coming soon. Registration's April 19th. Would love to see you guys there. If you're feeling the call, I see some of you are saying you do feel the call to it, not necessarily professionally, but you want to learn how to infuse it more into your life. This is the training for you. It's May 3rd to 4th. Okay. Lastly, check out the Equilibrium community. If you're wanting a consistent, accountable soul tribe where you're doing this self-love and spiritual work together, this is for you. Okay, guys? Have such a beautiful week. Happy full moon in Libra, 23 of Libra. Don't forget to check what house that falls in for you so that you can focus on what you want to release in that aspect of your life. Okay. And yeah, I hope bringing this out a little bit early supports you guys. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.